now the total number of stages is, voila, 103.
103 stages is quite a roster, but it's not enough to say everywhere is here. While most are, only 15 stages from across Smash 64, Melee, Brawl, Wii U, and 3DS have yet to make an appearance. Some may not come back, and for others it may only be a matter of time. And for that reason, I'll be lending my opinion to whether each stage is likely or not likely to make a return. And a quick correction for yesterday's stage video, 2 stages managed to slip by during the editing process, so we missed WarioWare Inc. from Brawl, and Duck Hunt from Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. For the 101 other stages, you can check out that video, but for now, here are all the missing stages starting with Smash 64, which has a whopping number of 2 missing stages. Stage number 1, Planet Zebus. So Planet Zebus is very similar to Melee's Brinstar, which is already returning. The main gimmick is lava rises from the bottom and will often engulf the platforms with its vicious waves. With only 2 Smash 64 stages missing, I can't really see this one being cut, so I'm gonna give it a likely even if it's very similar to another stage. Stage number 2, Sector Z. Exactly like Planet Zebus, Sector Z is remarkably similar to Melee's Corneria, which again is also returning. So what exactly is different? Well, the laser cannon isn't solid, and you're in space. Yeah, there aren't that many differences, but again, I think it's likely to make the cut. It would be very odd to leave just 2 Smash 64 stages hanging. Let them join the party. I think this one is likely. Alright, and on to Melee, which has 4 stages missing. Stage number 3, Icicle Mountain. Icicle Mountain is a vertical scrolling stage, which of course makes a lot of sense for an ice climber stage. The problem, vertical stages haven't exactly been great in Smash, and you'll notice none have made the list in Ultimate. Purely for quality reasons, I think we've seen the last of this one. Icicle Mountain is unlikely. Stage number 4, Mushroom Kingdom. This one would need a name change as we already have Mushroom Kingdom 64 and Mushroom Kingdom 2, but simply calling it Mushroom Kingdom Melee, similar to Yoshi's Island Melee, would also work. It's quite a cool stage though, and unique enough from its Smash 64 counterpart to stand out. I think we'll see this one again. It's likely. Stage number 5, Poke Floats. I know people love this one, myself included, but Poke Floats is a very random stage. It's kind of a vertical scroller where giant Pokemon form platforms and they'll continuously be replaced with new Pokemon. So far, this is the only Pokemon stage to not be confirmed for Ultimate. In Melee, all the Pokemon models were ripped from Pokemon Stadium 1 and Pokemon Stadium 2, so it would be very cool to see some new models in HD. While I personally want it, I don't think it's very likely. All these vertical scrollers seem to be cut. Stage 6, Mute City. So we've seen Big Blue, but Mute City remains elusive in Smash Ultimate. It's also never reappeared in any other Smash game. It's hard to say exactly why. I suppose it's quite similar to Port Town, but it has a lot of distinct layouts, and the city is of course completely different. I think this one's likely. Bonus stage, Flat Zone. While Flat Zone's not appeared, Flat Zone X, which is an amalgamation of Flat Zone 1 and Flat Zone 2, has already been confirmed for Ultimate. There's not a great deal of reason to include the other two, so that's across to both Melee's Flat Zone and Brawl's Flat Zone 2. Alright, and on to Brawl, which is only missing 2 stages. Stage number 7, Rumble Falls. Rumble Falls is yet another vertical scroller, and perhaps the worst of them all. There's tons of platforms to get stuck on, the speed rapidly changes, and it isn't exactly the best representation of the Donkey Kong series. I think it's unlikely we'll see this one again. Stage number 8, PictoChat. PictoChat 2 has already been confirmed, but the original PictoChat remains absent. The two may look the same, but the drawings are completely different, and with both Pokemon Stadium 1 and Pokemon Stadium 2 being in the game, I can't see much reason to ditch PictoChat. I think it's likely. And on to Smash 3DS, which is also missing 2 stages. Stage number 9, Rainbow Road. This stage is based off Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road, complete with a giant moon, and it's a little baffling we haven't seen this one yet. It doesn't really clash with anything else, it's very unique, and it could look quite stunning in HD. I think this one's very likely. Stage number 10, Pac Maze. Another rather baffling omission. Pac Maze is the quintessential representation for Pac-Man. Pac-Land doesn't quite cut it. Players can eat dots and fruit until a power pellet appears, which powers them up for a brief moment. The ghosts are also here and can bounce players around. I'd be shocked if this one didn't return. I think it's very likely. And on to the final game with Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, and this one's missing the most stages, with 5 being absent. Stage number 11, Jungle Hijinks. Jungle Hijinks represents modern Donkey Kong with obvious relations to Donkey Kong Country Returns. You can even shift from the foreground to the background. I honestly can't think of any good reason to cut this one. It's a way better Donkey Kong stage than Rumble Falls, and it's pretty fun to boot. This one's likely. Stage number 12, Pyrosphere. There's one big problem with this stage. Yeah, that guy. Ridley. While technically this Ridley is a clone of the fighter Ridley, it still probably wouldn't look right to have 2 Ridleys in the same stage, or 9 Ridleys if you're doing 8-player Smash. I don't think Pyrosphere's gonna make it. This one's unlikely. Stage number 13, Woolly World. Woolly World is quite a neat stage that shifts around from a grounded safe section to multiple others with floating platforms. It's definitely the most unique Yoshi stage, and I can't think of a good reason to cut this one, so I think it's likely. Stage number 14, Orbital Gate Assault. This one is simply stunning. It starts off on a platform similar to the Corneria stage, but then it rolls off to multiple other vehicles and platforms and R-Wings. It's surely one of Smash's most spectacular stages, even if it's not the easiest to fight on, but chaos can be part of the fun. I think this one's pretty likely. And finally, stage 15, Miiverse. I'm sorry, but this one's gonna be cut. Yeah, they could compile a best-of album of Miiverse messages, like nice water in this game or why can't Metroid crawl, but it will completely lose the dynamics of the stage and the surprises it offered. This is the only Smash stage that has a chance of cursing at you, and without that, it's just another battlefield. This one's unfortunately unlikely. So there we have it, the 15 stages that have yet to appear in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and personally, I can only see 5 not making the cut. The list of stages is absolutely insane, so even if none of these come back, it would still be a glorious celebration of Super Smash Bros. So what do you think? Disagree with any of my verdicts? Let us know in the comments below, and of course be sure to subscribe to GameXplain for a lot more on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and other things gaming too. Until next time, bye!